What is it like to work with Mr. Modi? What is how does he work? How many hours do you work? And those kind of questions also come your way.
Yes.
More than many other politicians, I've seen that you get asked this almost in every interaction that I've seen. They ask you, "कितने घंटे काम करते हैं मोदी जी? Is he a hard task master? Does he give you goals to achieve and timelines?" They keep asking you this.
Yes, they do, and I note your point, and my own sense is partly they see me traveling a lot with him, so perhaps they sense, okay, because you travel with the Prime Minister, you are maybe a better person to ask about working habits and how many hours and when does he sleep and how much pressure is there and how much latitude does he give you, etc. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm more open to talking about it. I really don't know the reason, but I do take your point.
The Prime Minister in a recent interaction said that when he came in, he didn't want जो पुरानी नीतियाँ जिस तरह होती हैं. He was talking about how foreign policy and how it was changing, and he said that दूसरे देशों को एक संदर्भ में देखा जाता था. Like he said, when I went to Israel, I didn't go to Palestine. कि अगर मैं जाऊँगा, the hyphenation, something that used to irritate India to a large extent about the hyphenation. And he says that I didn't accept advice which was given to me, because जो ब्यूरोक्रेसी थी वो 3-4 प्रधानमंत्रियों के साथ काम कर चुके थे. वो कहते थे ऐसे नहीं होता, वैसे होता है. And I said, I don't want to see my countries through the prism of other relationships. He was explaining that. You worked with him when he was in the first term and in the second term in different capacities. So tell me, how did that work? You as a bureaucrat, you as a minister, does one have to be dynamic? Does one have to change with every Prime Minister?
Look, my acquaintanceship with Prime Minister Modi before he became Prime Minister was all of about 3 days when he came on a visit to China. But those 3 days were enough for me to understand that he had views and he had his assessment, and he had a lot of experience, much more than people who didn't know him or didn't care to find out. Their impression was very different. Then I met him about maybe 2 weeks after he became Prime Minister. I was then in US. I came back, and I could see again that he had a view, and part of those had already been expressed in the fact that he had got all our neighbours to come for the oath taking.
Yeah,
that was
the 2014.
That was very much his personal idea. It was not a bureaucracy's idea.
They wouldn't have liked it, right? The old system of bureaucracy.
I don't know.
The term he used was मैं घिसी पिटी advice पे नहीं जाता.
Okay, look, I want to be fair. I wasn't there, so I don't know who said what. But I do know that it was his idea. Okay. So I have always had the presumption from those first 3 days, then from those 4 or 5 encounters when I was ambassador, in the period when he was in the US on that visit. And I've always felt he had views. He has this ability to question, to continuously kind of, can we do it differently? Can we do it better? Self-improvement, you can say, in a way. And he keeps challenging you. But the challenge is a two-way process, It's not like he's reached the conclusion at the beginning of a conversation. He will throw up a set of propositions, or he invites you to throw up a set of propositions.
कि अगर मैं कोरिया नहीं जाता, जापान चला जाता हूँ, पर मैं कोरिया नहीं जाऊँगा.
आपको क्या लगता है?
आपको, does he do that?
Yes, I know in the case of Israel and Palestine, he had that view very clearly, and he said this very, very early. That when I do that Israel visit, he said, I want to do only that Israel visit. There he had made up his mind. Now he
went via Jordan.
No, Israel we went straight.
Straight, okay.
The Palestine we went via Jordan.
Okay.
So look, it's interactive. He's very, he's in a way a person who constantly challenges you when you work with him. You have very active conversations, and he's very fond of a kind of a team think, a team review. Everybody gathers around the table. So I mean, some favorite words, review, feedback, kaisa gaya, and normally he speaks at the end, and it starts with the junior most person so that they don't get crowded.
Really?
They don't get crowded by somebody senior speaking first. Then there's pressure on them otherwise. So there's a kind of culture. There's a culture about it.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.